again, bro.
The ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
So our people, they don't know their nationality, they don't know their homeland, and they don't care. Did you know there was a prophecy in the Bible about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Give me Luke 14 and 23. Luke chapter 14 and verse 23. We're going to show you what we out here doing. We out here doing what the prophets did. We out here doing what the Bible commanded us to do. But our people sleep in their captivity. Read that.
Luke chapter 14 verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in.
So the Lord said, go out into the highways and hedges and compel his people to come in. But you let your pastor sit up in the church and send you an invite. The Bible say the real men of God gonna come to you and get you to come into the church. Read that again.
And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
So his house may be filled. Give me Psalms 94 and 16. Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
The Most High got a question for y'all. Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. Because our people, we seem to think it's something more important than doing what the Bible say do. Today the Lord's Sabbath day. It's no buying and no selling. You got these other nations spoiling our people. They spoiling us and taking our riches back to their nation. Read that.
Psalms chapter 94 verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
So who gonna rise up for the Most High? Who gonna rise up for the Most High against the evildoers? Read that again.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Who gonna rise up? Because our people love saying they believe God. Our people love saying they love God, but they don't do nothing the Bible say do.
That's right.
They don't do nothing the Bible say do. Give me Isaiah 30 and 1. Our people love saying they love God, but can you give God a hug? Can you run to the store for God right quick? What is you doing to show you love him? Do you know how to love God according to the Bible? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that they take counsel, but not of me.
Y'all want to take counsel of all these pastors giving y'all smooth sayings. You want to take counsel from Oprah Winfrey. You want to take counsel from Dr. Phil. The scriptures say, woe, that's the cry that's going to go up from your destruction.
That's right.
Woe is that terrible cry that's going to go up from your destruction. Because you want to take counsel from everybody except the Bible. You want to do what Oprah Winfrey tell you to do. You want to do what God has said do. You want to do what 2 Chainz said do. Where the men of God at? Where are our leaders at? Where are our leaders? Our men wearing tight jeans, wearing baggy pants. Who influencing our young men today? Hey, come holler at me for a minute, bro. Give me about 10 minutes, all right? About 10 minutes. You know your nationality? You know what nation of people? You know why God made you? Give me Isaiah 43 and 21.
Look it out.
Do you know why God made you? Or you think he made everybody for no reason? You know you special to God. It's a certain people. You see yourself on the side? Where you see yourself at? Nowhere. What they call you? What's your nationality? What do if you fill out an application? What do you write down? I'm talking about for right. Yeah, black is right. So you write down black, right? So look on this side. That's what they called us in slavery. They called you a so-called black man. All right? They called you black, but black is the color in the crayon box. Black is the color of my shoes. Black is the color of your hair. So, can you trace your nationality back? Can you trace black to a nation of people that's in the Bible, basically? See, that's why they ain't teach us what I got to ask you to get. Listen to this. Listen, read.
Isaiah chapter 43 verse 21. This people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise.
See that? It's a certain people that God formed for himself.
That's right.
Did you know that? Give me 1 Peter 2 and 9. It's a certain people. The people on this side, God made them just for himself. He made other nations to serve us, but he made us to rule the earth just like he ruled heaven. 1 Peter 2 and 9, read.
1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of the darkness into the marvelous light.
So God called us out of darkness. You see that picture right there? What color did they teach us that Jesus was?
Black.
Who taught you that he was black? I'm talking about in these churches. What color they teach? Okay, who is this?
Right.
Who is that? You sure? You sure? That's what I'm saying. So when I ask you what color they teach us Jesus is, you said black, but when I ask you who is this, who you tell me? See, this ain't Jesus according to the Bible.
That's right.
So I'm gonna show you how he look. He look just like you. That's the problem. When we look at each other, we see the so-called white man is being made in God's image.
That's right.
But the Bible says you made in his image. All right, give me Genesis 2 and 7 right quick. You know that? Let's go into when God made man. This Genesis chapter 2 verse 7 right here. Listen to this.
Genesis chapter 2 verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of dust and the ground.
So he formed man out of the dust of the ground. You know what that means? The dust. What color is the dust?
Brown.
So when you dig into it, it's gonna be darker shades of brown.
That's right.
That's what he made you out of. So when he formed man, give me Jeremiah 14 and 2. Jeremiah 14 and 2.
Bring it out.
Jeremiah 14 and 2. So let's see what color the people that God made in his image is. The Israelites of the Bible are so-called black people. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2.
This Jeremiah 14 and 2. Read.
Judah mourneth at the gates thereof language.
So it said Judah. You see that? Judah, it got American blacks. You see that? So Judah is a tribe of the Israelites. Christ came from Judah. So Judah, they in mourning. Read.
They are black unto the ground.
You see that? So what color is the Jews in the Bible?
Right.
Listen to what the Bible saying. This Jeremiah 14 in verse 2, okay? Listen again.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah, right here. It's really talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The tribe of Judah, they is the head tribe of the northern kingdom. So when you see Judah, sometimes it's talking about just that tribe, or sometimes it's talking about the kingdom.
That's
so the
right.
kingdom of Judah. So listen to this.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language.
The leadership falling. When it say the leadership of Judah falling, who you look up to? Who you look up to? Huh? Your parents? Do your parents dress like that? Your dad? He dressed like that? Who he look up to? Who he get it from? His grandfather? That wasn't even out when your dad and grandfather. That's your grandfather, his daddy. So where are these traditions being passed down from? Okay, who the rappers dress like that? Is your dad a rapper? What is his occupation? What is his occupation? Occupation means what he do for a living. Work where? Huh? McDonald's? Okay, he working. So why I say that because do he teach you how to grow up and get a job? What you want to be when you grow up? A firefighter. That's good. So, but our leaders falling. You ain't gonna learn to be a firefighter. The more you listen to Lil Wayne them, it's gonna influence you. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 33 right quick. The more you listen to Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma, they influencing our people. Them the leaders right now. That's who our people look up to. Jay-Z. They want to be Jay-Z and Beyonce, that's the power couple right now.
That's right.
You understand that? Kanye West, Big Sean. Don't read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived.
So don't let nobody trick you. Listen.
Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
That's right.
Seeing that your dad's occupation is he is in the catering or the food business, what food business have you wear your hat backwards? You see what I'm saying? So it's obvious that when we try to set examples for our children, that's not after the Bible. We got our examples to follow in the Bible. Go back to Jeremiah 14:2. So evil communication, that's what's going on. You listen to rap, you watch rap videos, don't they dress like you dressed? Is that where you influence your style? Look at the Punisher, that's the Punisher sign on the jacket, ain't it? Yeah. So the whole skull, that's the rock and roll era that's going on in hip hop right now, right? That's what I'm saying. So listen to this. Listen to Jeremiah 14:2.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
The gates talking about leadership. The leadership of the Jews, them falling. They don't got nobody to look up to. That's how we dress. I'm going to show you Christ was dressed like that in the Bible.
That's right.
You don't see people walking around wearing those war garments, do it?
That's right.
It looks strange, don't it? It look different. It is. It's peculiar. It's different.
That's right.
Because he made us to be a peculiar people.
That's right.
So read that again.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Listen what color they are. You paying attention? Because you said they white. Listen.
They are black unto the ground.
You see that? What black unto the ground means? Remember we were in Genesis when it said God made man from the dust of the ground? Black unto the ground means when you go into the ground, you're going to get the same black they like digging in the ground. That's what color they is. The same dirt that God made man out of. So what color the Jews according to the Bible? Right. So what color is Christ? Who is this? It's Jesus. All right. So Judah is black, right? Listen. All right. Give me Hebrews 7:14. So now if Judah black and Christ from Judah, what color do Christ supposed to be in the Bible?
White.
Listen. What's 1 plus 1? All right. You got 1. Christ from Judah. There's 1. Listen. Judah is black. All right. Now we're finna show you what tribe Christ come from. Listen. This Hebrews 7:14, this the King James Bible. This the Holy Bible. We ain't no Muslims. We reading out the Holy Bible, the same Bible that's in a lot of people's car and on their shelf collecting dust.
That's right.
But they can throw this in our face and say, this Jesus.
Bring it up.
All you got to do is read the Bible. Listen to this, read.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident.
It's evident, read.
That our Lord sprang out of Judah.
You see that? Christ came from Judah. It's evidence in the Bible that Christ came from Judah.
That's right.
Give me Revelation 1:14. Now give me Daniel 10:6. You see that on your paper? Daniel 10:6. We go into the same scriptures that describe Christ. You ain't gonna find Christ looking like this in the Bible.
In Genesis.
You're not gonna find Jesus looking like that in the Bible. We finna go over the description, all right? So, listen to this.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 6. His body also was like a barrel.
Start at 5 for me.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Upas.
You listening? So he was clothed in linen. That's a fabric. And his loins was girded with gold. See how he is purple? Christ had a linen on, and he had a gold one. Right? You see how they be wearing the heavyweight championship belts? Christ was made out of gold. Read.
His body also was like the beryl of his face.
That means it was green. So listen.
And as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as a lamp of fire.
Because he drunk wine. But listen now, you listen. Thanks for being patient, bro. This is real important. All right? It is. Listen, read.
And his arms and his feet, like in color to polished brass.
So hold on, read that again slow. His arms and what?
His arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
What color is brass? Brown. But polished brass, that means it done been in a fire and it done got darker, it done got refined. So polished brass gonna be a dark brown. So that's Jesus, how he look in the Bible. Give me Revelation 1 and 14. That's the problem. When we look at each other, we see niggas. They taught us to just see my nigga, a blood or a crip. But we look like God look.
That's right. That's right.
But when we look at the white man, they gave the so-called white man, they gave us this image and we think that's how God look, but that ain't in the Bible though.
That's right.
This your history book, this ain't religion. If color didn't matter, why they changed the color of Jesus from this to this? Because color do matter.
That's right.
If it didn't matter, they would have left him looking like the Bible say he looked. So we've been this Revelation 1 and 14, read that.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Jesus got woolly hair, not stringy dog horse hair. The Bible, read that again.
His head and his hairs was white like wool.
It was white. That was the color from all that wisdom, you hear me? And it was like wool. Feel your hair, how your hair feel? Like what's the texture? Woolly.
That's right.
Woolly mean nappy, or nappy mean in its unaltered state. That ain't nothing bad.
That's right.
Like a sheep got woolly hair. Read that again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
So the hairs on his head and on his face was white like wool. Alright? So, you see that?
These sound crazy.
Who got white woolly hair? This one or that one? Alright, jump up to verse 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks.
So this ain't Jesus, but this is a biblical depiction of how the Bible described him as looking. I know this hair ain't even white. It ain't even white and stringy. There go to show. There go to show. Listen, watch this. Watch this.
And in the midst of the seven candlesticks.
See that? Why they couldn't look in the Bible and just draw what the Bible say? Here goes seven candlesticks. Christ in the midst of the seven candlesticks. That's the menorah. Keep reading.
One like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
See that? Christ had a garment down to the foot on, just like it said in Daniel. Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So Daniel said the same thing John the Revelator saw. He had a green garment and he had a gold belt on. Read.
His head and his hairs was white like wool.
That's how Christ looked in the Bible. Christ don't look like this in the Bible. So his head and his hair is white like wool. Read.
As white as snow.
That's white as snow. Why they couldn't do that? That's strike two. Ain't no candlesticks, ain't no woolly hair. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because he drunk wine in moderation.
That's right.
His eyes were like a flame of fire. Is his eyes like a flame of fire? Or do he got blue dog eyes? His eyes ain't like no flame of fire. This ain't how the Bible describes Christ is looking. Christ don't got dog hair like y'all.
That's right.
Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet, because his garment was so long, but he could see his feet sticking out. He had sandals on. Or he had something that his feet was showing. So when he looked at it, at the top of your feet, the same color as you, just like in Daniel, he said his arms and feet. So what we showing you, that the Israelites look like you.
That's right.
So, listen to this. Do you know why you came over here on slave ships? Do you know why your ancestors came over here on? Y'all see this? Did this happen to us? Do you know why it happened? I'm finna show you. Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 1 right quick.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 1. Matter of fact, give me 1 Kings 8 and 47. Start at 46.
That's right.
This is what we did to make it happen, because we made an agreement with God.
That's right.
We made an agreement with God that we was going to keep his covenant and he was going to be our God. He was going to be our God. We was going to be the people he had a relationship with in the earth. You familiar with the Bible? Or it means a prince that got power with God. Jacob wrestled with God. I'm going to show you that in a minute. All right, listen to this.
1 Kings chapter 8 verse 47. Yet if they shall bethink themselves.
So we got to remember who we are. Start at 46. This is what happened. This is why we in the condition we in. Listen to this.
46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not.
So that's the Israelites. We sinned against God. So listen.
And thou be angry with them.
We made God mad. Listen, read.
And deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of the enemy, far or near.
So when we made God mad, we was carried away captive to a far land, to lands near and far. Was we not carried away captive? All right, so listen.
Yet if they shall bethink themselves.
So listen, you want? Let me show you this right quick. Give me 5 more minutes, about 5 more minutes, all right? Because it's good to know Christ your color, but I don't want you to leave her and then you go put black on the application. You an Israelite.
That's right.
That's the important thing. Christ, listen, bro. You an Israelite. You not an African American.
That's right.
Because listen, give me Deuteronomy 28:15. Let's go over a couple of these curses right quick, all right? I'm gonna make it fair because you probably got something to do, but actually this the Sabbath. You actually don't. What you finna go do? Huh? Football practice? Yeah, this is the Sabbath, bro. You supposed to be keeping the Lord's Sabbath day holy. That's a commandment. And just for breaking God's commandment, this is why we had yokes of iron on our neck. That's why our kids got took from us. It's that important. So like, I want you to understand how big of a deal it is. When we don't do what God said do, bad stuff happen to us.
That's right.
Because this the Sabbath day, this God day. It's supposed to be no buying or selling, no working, no cooking. You're supposed to congregate with the congregation. And you don't supposed to be doing your own pleasure on God's Sabbath.
That's right.
That's what football is. If you read Isaiah 58:13, you don't supposed to be doing your own pleasure on the Lord's Sabbath day. So listen to this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if we didn't do what God said, what's another name for curse? Evil things. God said all these evil things were going to happen to us. Let's run through some of them right quick. 16.
16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So since you didn't want to do what God said, you're going to be cursed in the city. How are we cursed in the city? You don't know? Poverty. When you go to any city in America, you can immediately identify where the ghetto is, right? And who live there. Who live there? Nationality-wise. Exactly. Us. Yeah, Mexicans, they Israelites too. When you look on this side, you see them over there. So, yeah, but listen though. This a curse. Understand? Because we want to do what we want instead of what God said, we live in the ghetto.
That's right.
We got our communities drug infested. We divided among one another. So we cursed in the city. And listen to this, read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. You see that? Who was cursed in the cotton field? God's chosen people according to the Bible.
That's
so it was
right.
the people that are God chosen people that because they didn't do what he said, they're going to live in the ghetto and they're going to work in the cotton fields. In the cotton field, the tobacco field, the rice plantation. Cursed shall thou be in the field. Give me Deuteronomy 28:46. And this why it's important. Your names was going to be changed.
That's right.
You got to know, this your identification. You got an ID? You got an ID on you? Hey, it's in the Bible. That ID identify who America tell you they is. Who you trace your last name back to on your ID. Your last name. Say it again. The people that owned your family is slaves. That's who your last name traced back to. The plantation you came off of. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So these curses gonna be a sign. When you get lost, what's the first? If you were lost right here, where would you tell somebody to meet you with? No, right here. Just pick a landmark. Pick some to identify where you at. Signs. Right. All them signs. So these curses, living in the ghetto, that's a sign of who the Israelites is. So when you forget your nationality, when you get lost, the Bible got signs for you to identify that you these people. Watch this, listen to this. Verse 47.
Verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
So the Israelites did that. They like, man, I need to hurry up and go. I ain't glad to serve the Lord. So we got to be taught though, bruh. I used to want to hurry up and leave. We got to be taught. Now I do it with joyfulness and gladness. But because that's what happened to us when we didn't do it. Listen.
Therefore, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and gladness of the heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shall thy serve thine enemies.
So since we want to serve God, we serve our enemies. We serve other nations of people. Listen to what the Bible say, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent them against us. Read.
In hunger.
When you hungry, where you got to go to? Yeah. The Bible says you're going to serve your enemies. Do you go to your own nation of people? Do we supply our own self with food? Exactly. So that's what, because God said it was going to happen to us if we didn't do what he said do. That's a sign on who the Israelites are. You picking up?
Right.
It said, Dad, this what the Bible say. All right, slave ships, yokes of iron. Hey, thanks for your time, bro. Check the information out. It's a website on there too, bro. I appreciate your time, all right? All right, man. All right, listen to this, read.
Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So when you want something to eat, who you got to go to? Other nations, Kroger, Walgreens. Do we own those? Do our nation of people own that? Are we supplying ourselves with food? No. Listen. That's a curse. That's why. That's right. But it's happening because we ain't gonna never get that direct way unless we do what God said do. We gonna always live like this. Listen.
And in thirst.
Not only when you hungry, when you thirsty. Where you get that drink from? Yeah. The Arabs, our enemies. All nations conspired against us. So when we want something to eat, we want something to drink. Water, liquor. The Chinese them own that liquor store, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee. We don't own it. Hunger, thirst, Aquafina, Dasani, Sprite. We don't own it. So listen, read.
And in nakedness.
In nakedness. Who you gonna get your clothes from? Hey, hold on. That's an LRG. Who made LRG? There wasn't no black folk? But Ludacris promoted, don't it? So all he do is put his name on it, but do he own the textile that it's made out of? Exactly. Nor the companies. You see that? So we gotta go to other nations for food, thirst, hunger, thirst, nakedness. Read it.
And in want of all things.
In want of all things. Driver license, birth certificate, building permit, death certificate, social security card, gun license, passport, anything you want. You gotta go to another nation of people. That's what God said. Listen to this and listen to the key part right here, bro. Listen.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So these same people that did this was gonna put a yoke of iron on your neck until you destroy it. Do we got yokes of iron on our neck now? You right, but this is a simple question. Do we got physical yokes of iron on our neck now? Why are they off? Right. Now we don't think it's there. See, yeah, it say the yokes of iron came off when we were destroyed.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
But they spoke Spanish, Portuguese, French. Read.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
They had our old people in the cotton field till they died. As soon as you was walking or crawling good, you was carrying them cotton bags around. Give me 6 to 8. How we get over here? How did the so-called black people get over here? The Israelites that won already over here? What was the means of transportation? Ships. Did you know that was in the Bible? Yeah. Did you know it happened to us because we didn't do what God said? Now, that's according to Deuteronomy. Listen to this. Deuteronomy 28 and 58.
Deuteronomy
68, my bad.
chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You heard that? You know what Egypt mean? I'm finna let the Bible explain. Stay in Deuteronomy 6 and 5. No, 5 and 6. Deuteronomy 5 and 6. Deuteronomy 5 verse 6. Listen to it.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
You hear that? Egypt mean house of bondage. Jump down to 6. No, go back 6 and 12. Deuteronomy 6 and 12. I'm finna say it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 12. Then beware lest you forget the Lord which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
See that? Because Egypt in the Bible is called Mizraim. Africa is called the land of Ham. Egypt is a Greek word for bondage. So go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So when it say the Lord bring you into Egypt again with ships, you remember how the Israelites got out of Egypt last time? They walked out. No, I'm talking about they walked out. Remember Moses, when Moses delivered them by God's hand, he parted the Red Sea, they walked out. So why would they need a ship to go back to somewhere they walked from? So it's talking about, I'm finna show you America called Egypt. It's the concept of bondage. Egypt means bondage. So listen to this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So you go into slavery, bondage or slavery again with ships. We came over here into slavery with ships, read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So just like Moses said it was going to happen, it happened, read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Have you seen your homeland again? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when you get off them ships, you're going to be sold to your enemies. You see that? Auction blocks. Look at that. We're going to be sold to our enemies, read.
For bondmen.
Bondmen means slave men.
And bond women.
Slave women. And what?
And no man shall buy you.
Buy, that's a Quaker word for redeem. Buy mean redeem or liberate, save. Nobody gonna let you, except except Christ. That depiction right there.
Yeah.
Give me Revelation 11 and 8. Let me show you that. We in Egypt right now. Why you think they got, what's down in, what's that pyramid? It's the capital. Lower Egypt was called Memphis, and it was on the river. Yeah, and guess who was ruling when the Israelites was in slavery? Ramses. That's why they had that statue in the front. They moved it and put it in front of the University of Memphis.
So ask me this. Egyptians and slavery.
Give me, the Bible said.
I'm saying this why I asked, the reason I asked this question is, okay.
Give me Exodus 11 and 7.
Alright, but the Egyptians, these other black people.
Yeah, you know.
Before they was conquered.
Listen, you know East Indians black too. So you gonna have people that's the same tone, but from different nationalities.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so when they enslaved the Hebrews, right?
Joel 3 and 3.
How did the Hebrews religion, not religion, spiritual belief system survive through all that time? And then when we get on this side now, right? Because we've been enslaved. Everything that we knew was stripped. How did the Hebrews and the Israelites preserve their belief system from being stripped? But like at one point they were cool because when they went into the land.
Give me Baruch 4 and 1. Listen to this. Listen. Watch this. I'm finna show you something. Listen to the Bible. This Baruch 4 and verse 1. I'm finna show you how the word of God survived. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. Baruch, this is an apocrypha. They took 14 books out the Bible. This Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. Listen to what the Bible say.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of commandments of God.
This is the book of the commandments of God, right? Read.
And the law that endureth forever.
Hold on, how long?
Forever.
You see that? This law gonna endure forever. The same God that, who can make the sun leave out the sky? So, If he could preserve the sun, what make you think he can't preserve his word? This is the word of God.
That I'm saying that he can't.
No, I ain't saying you can't. I'm trying to show you grounds. This the word of God. Give me John 1:1. This ain't just no book.
No,
This the word. I know. So that's the whole point.
See, this is different what you talking about.
Like
In Egypt, we knew we was Israelites.
Right, that's what I'm
Over
saying.
here, we don't know because it got
That's
stripped
what I'm
from
saying. See,
us.
over that time,
Matter of fact, give me-
they was enslaved for a long time.
listen.
Not 400 years.
So we was enslaved less than that. Yeah, how do
Listen, bro. Jeremiah 17:4. Listen, bro. Hey, this do what for the show you. Jeremiah 17:4. Hold it. Give me Isaiah 34:16 right quick. Let me show you. A part of understanding how true the Bible is understanding the prophecies. Us forgetting who we was, that's a prophecy in the Bible. Yeah, so that's why it happened. Everything watch this. Listen to this. This Isaiah 34:16. Read.
Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
What's the book of the Lord? So it said, seek out of the book of the Lord and read. Don't believe what I'm telling you. Read it for yourself. Listen.
No one of these shall fail.
Not one of these prophecies gonna fail. Listen. God said we was coming over here on slave ships. It happened.
Hey, watch
He
this.
spoken through Moses. Read it.
None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them.
Give me Jeremiah 17:4. So all the prophecies gonna come true. Now this one of the prophecies. This is why we forgot who we was. Listen to what this prophecy say. This answer your question. Listen.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
You see that? That means the prophecy said the Israelites was gonna be cut off from their heritage. The Bible is your heritage. But remember, it didn't do forever. Just because you cut off from it don't mean the Bible gonna cease from being. Alright, listen to this, read.
Even thou self shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn
So when we
forever.
discontinue from our heritage, God calls us to serve in a land which we don't know about.
So like Jacob
Listen.
where he was supposed to be and getting the blessing. And
No, Jacob always was supposed to get the blessing. It was just normal that the older person got the blessing, but the angel told Rebecca the younger one was gonna get the blessing. That's something they taught us in church. But listen, I'm trying to stay on track with what we going over so I can make sure. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 40. Deuteronomy 28 and 40. Let me show you something about how our history done been over here, but we ain't been taught this. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 40. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil.
You know what are olive trees that around here? You see olive trees? The Bible said they're gonna be all throughout our coast. You don't see no olive trees? Bruh, you ain't lying. Give me Jeremiah 11 and 16. You exactly right. Now it's making sense. So when you say how can we be over here, or I'm finna show you what the Bible say. These are olive trees right here. Jeremiah 11 and 16.
Jeremiah chapter 11 verse 16. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree.
That's you. So he called your name an olive tree. Just like you said, we discontinued from our heritage, but while the Bible was still over here, it's been over here. We just been looking for love in all the wrong places.
That's right.
It's been over here. Read that again.
The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and a goodly fruit.
Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 40. So now you know what the olive tree is. They're talking about the oil. The olive tree represents the oil. It represents the anointing. That's the blessing from the Bible. So it's going to be all around you. You got these so-called churches everywhere, but you ain't getting the true fruit of the Bible. Matter of fact, give me Job 5 and 1. Listen to this. Listen to Job chapter 5 verse 1. Job chapter 5 verse 1. Listen, because you got questions and you came to the right place. Listen.
Job chapter 5 verse 1. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee.
So call now, come with your question. If it be any that's gonna answer you, call them. But listen though, read.
And to which of the saints wilt thy turn?
So you hear that? It said, but to which of the saints you gonna turn? Who is the saints? You can't get no answers of the Bible if you ain't turning to the saints.
That's right.
You know who the saints is?
Y'all since y'all know.
You want, bro, a saint is just like being called a nigga. It ain't a deed. Saints is an alt word for nationality. Give me Psalms 1:48 and 14.
You know?
So if you want somebody to answer you, it says if you got an answer, ask. But make sure you answer the saint though. Yeah, so now let's see who the saints is. That's why we getting the wrong answers. Because we ain't asking the people who God revealing the true understanding of this Bible to.
That's right.
A lot of people think this a fairy tale book or something. Listen.
Psalms chapter 148 verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel.
You heard that? Read that again.
He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints.
His saints. Listen, read.
Even of the children of Israel.
Right. So that's why the understanding been hidden.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.